we try to be kind. We act on principles.
No. So
Principles.
this
This
is
is
why,
the fucking
General.
problem.
This is exactly why I tell you need to listen to G, right? This is the exact fucking reason, and it's literally because still will stand explain all of this nonsense to you, right? But like you're not willing to
I
listen to
can't
him.
stand
I
listening
feel,
to
I
G.
feel, but again,
I don't like that guy.
yeah, I know, but
He
like
talks
he
too
he
much.
literally broke this down like 2 nights ago, right? Where he broke down how like New York used to be Dutch and like the Dutch like sat here and outlawed like being racist towards people and shit.
Well, that's gay. You should always be able to be racist to people.
Yeah, but like
That's your first defense.
The English came through and literally like fucking just upheld the Dutch morals. And that's where all this comes from. It's not the Jews.
Dude, literally the first, like, if you have to force multiple ethnicities into an area of land, the first defense that they have against each other is just being blatantly racist, which is non-violent. It's aggressive, but it's non-violent. How is it that you can possibly expect to have a whole bunch of people that are of different ethnicities work together and they can't even be racist to one another? There's no fucking way that any of this works. Like, that's not how humans work. This is this idea. It comes from the idea that people are fundamentally tabula rasa. It has nothing to do with reality. This is dumb. Look, maybe it's not the Jews who did this. Maybe it was the women who did this. White women, I could blame on them as well. They talk and act like Jews anyway. But something's gone fundamentally wrong in this entire system, and we all know it.
No, I mean, again, it's literally just what's good for business. I've explained this to you like 12 times.
It's not just about what's good for business, because business is just one anchor on this
it's
ecosystem that we exist in.
It's just business, dog. That's what all
it's
this
not,
is.
It's not just business. It literally, ecosystems do not exist just based off of business. There has to be other factors involved. I understand ecosystems.
Again, this ecosystem exists outside of reproduction.
The ecosystem only exists because of reproduction of all parties involved. We're all trying to play a game of building nice civilization. We're all trying to build a game of building nice ecosystem. Something is fucking with the building of nice ecosystem.
Well, again, it's because, and again, I tell you, right, so this is why, like, I bring up the fact that, like, Coca-Cola and McDonald's paid for the Civil Rights Act, right? There's a reason why, like, I tell people these things, why I bring it up, right, is because literally the reason why, like, all this shit is the way it is because, like, this is, number one, like, capitalism trying to destroy the inefficiency of racism, right? And then number two, this is government trying to make sure they can get as many people as possible into the system to pay taxes.
In that case, perhaps, look, if this idea literally only comes from capitalism, then this is an idea that will go away by itself, because perhaps capitalism has an undue weight over the ecosystem at the current point. But eventually, capitalism will fade as other things take its place. So in that case, it would be a self-correcting problem. But if there are two or more entities that are involved in this game, then that can become a structural problem, and it needs to be eaten. Right? This is how you keep. I guess
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Like, because the more efficient you make something, the stronger it gets, the longer it lasts.
No, that's not true. Actually, you will notice that there are lots of systems that are not purely efficient, but they are more adaptable and they survive for longer than super highly efficient systems. Actually, this is something that the market itself has had to go through. I'm surprised that you're not familiar with this. For instance, back in like the 1990s or whatever the fuck, when Japan was doing its shit, they had just-in-time manufacturing, and it turned out that worked for a bit until there was even a slight bump in the economy, and then it turns out that super-duper efficient just-in-time manufacturing was probably not the best overall long-term strategy, and we had to turn towards less efficient, more robust systems. This is the nature of systems. They have to be able to survive in a robust system.
So like the just-in-time manufacturing shit that they had, right? They ended up like building out that system to the point where like it was super like fucking efficient, and now like everybody uses it.
They use it where they
No,
can,
they
but
everyone uses this fucking system.
no. I think you have a misunderstanding of modern day economics. We learned from just-in-time manufacturing that actually not all systems ought to be based off of just-in-time manufacturing, only those that we can protect, because just-in-time manufacturing requires the environment to be incredibly fucking stable. It's a very efficient system, but it's a very brittle system. And actually, most economic systems that actually work in the real world are not brittle. They are robust, which means that they're neither hyper efficient nor are they hyper um, robust. They're a combination of the two.
I mean, you do understand that like the vast majority of companies on the S&P 500 operate at less than a 1% margin, right?
That's totally fine as long as they're making dope stacks. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally because like they rely on like fucking being able to survive on 1% fucking efficiency or 1% fucking profit every year.
Yes, which means that they have to like imagine what that's.
There's a 1% turn of the market.
I know, but I'm telling you something that I think is very important to understand about economics. I really hope that you can hear me here.
I'm listening.
What that system is, that is a system that has been able to it's been able to take those hyper efficient systems, isolate them from the rest of the market, so that the company itself can actually deal with the trials and tribulations and bumps and turbulence of the regular market. So you actually have to have both. You have to have something that is both efficient and also something that is robust. You have to have those two objects for anything to work in the Darwinistic space.
Yeah, I mean there was no supply shocks during like 2020, 2021, right? Not one.
There might have been a few.
Like I feel like you don't understand how economics works, though. Like I'm in logistics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I do logistics, though.
No, everything that I just said made sense. And if you ask me to tell it to you again tomorrow, I'll tell it to you again tomorrow.
I know what you're saying.
Like, motherfucker, you're talking to two people that do part of this for a fucking living, motherfucker.
Yeah, doesn't mean I'm not right.
Yeah, it does. It literally does mean you're not right.
How come? No, I don't think I said a single thing there that was incorrect.
I mean, okay, so this system is all completely reliant upon each other, right? For like each iPhone that gets built, right, it has to cross over like 65 borders, right?
Yes, and I was speaking specifically about the fact that if you want to have a company that survives more than a few decades, it needs to both practice efficiency and robustness, and those things are kind of inherently antithetical to one another, which means that the company has to find a balance between the two. That has to be the case. I am not wrong here. I
wish you were.
When I go to bed, I'll fucking write this shit up and I'll explain it and we can talk about it tomorrow. But I'm correct here. I wish
you were right. I 100% wish you were
right. I 100% am correct here.
Procure?
I am not owned.
That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
He said I'm not home. Again, like you're not right about this.
How so?
Because like the system operates on like a principle of making sure you have maximum efficiency and maximum profit. The system does not give a shit about whether or not it's robust.
If the system only operated via that, then the system would have fallen apart long ago. The system is clearly robust, which means that it does not put all of its eggs into the basket of efficiency.
Here's why it doesn't fall apart. It's because of a bunch of fucking top-down economic manipulation and America's big swinging dick slapping everyone in the face every which way. It's like, it's dollars or nothing, motherfucker, and also gay tranny butt sex. Why not?
Did you see what happened on Monday, General?
You mean the massive goddamn market collapse caused by the Japanese? Yeah.
So you know what the Fed did to stop this?
How to what?
You know what the Fed did to stop this?
They halted trading.
Yeah. The Fed just backstopped Japan. The whole country.
Yeah, the whole country. Are we paying for Japan now?
Yes, we are.
Good news.
Yeah, the Fed basically said, yeah, you know what, man? Listen, we'll just bail Japan out. The whole country.
Mm-hmm. Because here's what people were doing. Because Japan has a 0% interest rate, what people were doing, they have a 0% interest rate, and it's not illegal to trade in like American bonds and currencies, which, as you know, don't have a 0% interest rate. So people would go over to Japan, and they would do all of their shit over there, and basically get a literal real life infinite free money glitch. And this is called a fucking carry trade. And then someone realized, it's like, wait a minute. And they did a little rug pull on that, and it caused all the fucking companies on all the fucking stock tickers to just shit the bed instantly by several percentage points. And then the Fed was like, oh shit, trip the circuit breakers, bail everyone out now.
Yeah, so the Fed just bailed everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
General, we literally put all of our eggs in one basket.
Literally, Japan is one of the. It's basically the key linchpin that's keeping the entire global economy going. Because of its 0% interest rates, you could just park all your fucking shit over there and get infinite free money glitch forever. With infinite money printer code Burr America money that doesn't have a 0% interest rate, traded in the fucking Japanese Nikkei economy that has a 0% interest rate. This is just infinite free money glitch shitting back into your mouth like a literal fucking video game. In real life. And that's the linchpin that's keeping the entire world going. When the Japanese ever have enough of this, it's Jover.
I just texted you my argument. We don't actually have to continue the argument tonight. But because I don't know, maybe I'm too high. I'm behaving like an asshole. Sometimes that happens.
You are not behaving like an asshole. I'll tell you like that right now.
But I
You
will.
sound super coherent, and like you said, some really, really great shit. Right. And it's some shit that I argue for all the time of making more robustness inside of our system. But we literally don't do that as a whole. We don't create robustness inside of our system. What we create is maximum efficiency. That's what capitalism is literally just all about all day. Just maximum amount of efficiency.
I just sent you my argument. My position is that it wouldn't be possible for any company to actually exist in the world if it was 100% efficient. Like, like maybe your economy tends towards efficiency, but our economy also has to always acknowledge robustness, and it'll like there's no such thing as a company that is perfectly efficient. Because we don't live in a perfect world, and so like these economies do actually have to exist in their space because they're also emergent fucking evolutionary objects. So like that's my perspective. Maybe I'm too high to fucking argue that like good right now, but I will fucking 100% argue that about that tomorrow. Okay, like I stand behind that.
Here's what happened. I'll write this down too. Here's what happens instead. Like with the Japan shit, all the Japanese did to cause this was raise their interest rate some fraction of a percentage point, and that caused the whole global economy to just instantly shit the bed to the point where the Fed had to turn the circuit breakers on.
That's globalism.
Okay. Yeah. Now, here's what you need to write down too. It's like, okay, what you're saying about efficiency, you're not the first person to think of this, but here's what really happens instead of actual efficiency and production. What happens is the appearance of efficiency by moving a lot of money around really fast all over the world until like eventually this hypersonic hot potato of money flying around the world at supersonic speeds. So most people just kind of sort of give up tracking it, and they'll just be like, I don't know where that hot potato is going to end up, but as long as things are moving, I don't have to worry about that hot potato. And it's just a constant game of keeping that hot potato flying around at supersonic high money velocity speeds economically around the world in a matter of seconds, over and over and over, to make it look like there's a lot of things happening, and there's a lot of very efficient things happening. Like, look how fast everything is moving around the world. But it's mostly bullshit.
Already captured your argument, bro, and I already sent it to you. Check your DMs. The appearance of efficiency is probably not the same thing as efficiency.
Yeah,
there it is.
There you go. Yeah, and mostly it's just aesthetic efficiency and not real substantive efficiency of real shit happening.
Mm-hmm.
Which is bad.
All right, so do you know what non-asset allocations are, General?
I feel like I could piece that together if I tried, but what is it?
All right, so basically companies don't actually want to even own anything anymore, right? So what they'll do is, like a company...
You will own nothing, you'll be happy, yeah.
Well, no, not people, like companies, right?
Yeah, it's the same concept.
Right. Sort of, not really. All right, so basically, here's what happens, right? a company like, say, a Walmart or fucking Lowe's or a Home Depot, right? They'll go and they'll rent out a warehouse, right? And they'll lease it from a property leasing company, right? And then what they'll do is they'll have the people who work there work for like a temp agency or like a fucking employment agency, right? And then what they'll do is they'll have a logistics company handle like where all the shipments coming in and out, right? And then they'll have another company, fucking like Laser Spot, come in and do all the jockey work, right? And then for the security for the place, they'll fucking put like a fucking like a bunch of fucking like a. They'll
How
hire a
does
security
this
company.
how does this strategy differ from, let's say, McDonald's strategy?
Well, McDonald's strategy is kind of the same thing. Like McDonald's owns.
It's
the
not.
ground.
McDonald's seeks to own the land.
These people don't own the land.
Yeah, that's a major fucking difference. Imagine the fucking structural difference of like wanting to rent out a warehouse versus wanting to just own the fucking land and build shit. That's a very different approach. These are very different ways to approach the economy, are they not?
Yeah. But this is how all of our fucking shit gets to us. All of it.
Well, it's okay. Yeah, I accept that.
Right. And so like all these companies do this I know Breaker knows how the fuck this works. He's been in all these fucking places, right? These are non-asset based allocation companies, right? So literally they're running at peak efficiency because like they don't even fucking have the upkeep of fucking paying for the fucking building, right? Like they've made it as efficient as they possibly fucking
That's
can.
a very brittle structure in that case. It's not robust. They don't even own the land.
Yeah, I know.
That
and
shit can fail at any moment.
That me and Pnoid go. Yeah, this is everywhere that me and Pnoid go. It's like it's all this consolidated shit. It's like I sometimes struggle. It's like, okay, so you wanted me to deliver this to this company. I even ask people, what is the name on the fucking building? And 9 times out of 10, no one really fucking knows, or at least the people able to tell me shit. So through time, I just figured out, okay, if it's this company, it's probably going to say Ryder. If I'm delivering to like, I don't know, Cheerios, General Mills, it's probably going to say fucking Ryder on the building. Now, that doesn't make any sense, but trust me, once you've done this long enough, it kind of makes sense. It's like, okay, that's Ryder, that's Kane Consolidated Warehouse, which is where I'm going now. It's all this different shit.
Yeah. Like, so if I'm delivering to Sam's Club or fucking, the wine factory up in motherfucking, Tunkhannock, or not Tunkhannock, where the fuck is it? It's up above Pittston, Scranton or some shit. It's up north, wherever, right? I know it's Kane, right? Because like I know that like the name on the building isn't fucking Sam's Club or like the wine company or whatever it is. It's fucking Kane, right? It's the same thing, right? Or Purina, it's Kane, right over in fucking Mechanicsburg. Like all these places, like literally, like none of them own the fucking buildings, none of them own the property, none of them fucking like I swear to God, I used to work for Samsung. There was fucking 70 or 80 employees who worked at this fucking place, and there was one Samsung employee. One. In the entire building.
I'm gonna go pee and get some water. I'll be right back.
You do that.